Hey guys, I'm captnduck and this is DFVIDTUTS2015. And in this episode I'm going to try and explain the basic controls, the basic camera controls and that sort of stuff. I'm not actually going to build things yet, that's going to be in the next episode where we're going to do all the basics. But for you new players who have no idea about the controls and what you're actually looking at, well, that's what this video is for. Also, I've made a Let's Play play along edition if you didn't see the previous video. And if you go here, I'll put the link below the video. You can download the version of dwarfort that I'm running right here with this world I generated and with this fort I generated. So you can just load that up, zip it and play it and get right into dwarfort. And also, as you can see, I'm using a little key logging program. That's keycast OW to show what keys I'm pressing, which is a new thing, but I think will work fine to show you how to manage this game. Yeah, there's something already. Anyway, when you load up, you'll see this, and you can move around with the arrow keys there. So yeah, there's some starting controls for you, and if you hold shift, you can move faster. This is a very common thing in dwarfort. Arrow keys do a lot of the movement, and shift does like speed up that. Only it's by 10 tiles more, so it's like 11 tiles usually. And so yeah, here we are in our fortress of brass quickness. That was the name. And oh yeah, you can also go to the screen with the Z button, but I'll do more on that screen later. First, let's take a look at what we got here. So yeah, what do we have? Well, there is a button for that, so we can look at that easily, and that's the K button. K for looking. And with that, I can move the cursor around now with the arrow keys, and you're getting smaller steps, but shift moving makes it faster again. And now I can take a look at the tile, and whatever is on the tile will be set here. So this is a loamy sand wall. Here is a dense meadow grass upward slope. You can't read this. You can read that by pressing tab a couple of times, and hey, finally we can read that. Let's leave it as this so it's easier to look at. Here is one of our miners, Data O'Connor. Also named some of the miners after my Patreon backers, so if you want in on getting yourself named in my fortress, go to the Patreon and you can sign up. Also here's a wagon. There's some cats, some more ramps, there's a granite wall, microcline, a boulder, lots of grass here, plant, there's a plant even, foxtail millet, and this brown thing over here is a trunk of a tree. And yeah, those look different in this version, and well, more about trees in a second. What else is here? There's some gems basically. We'll be able to put those into goods later, and they'll sell for a lot more. There's also silver, which is also worth a lot. There's some more gems, and this is also a tree, and some red stuff down here, cinnabar, and yeah, that's how you get a basic look at the controls and what's going on here. Here, by the way, is a river, and here's some little ponds. I've put flow amounts on so you see the water depths, but you don't see that in a river. Yeah, and that's your basic movement idea to look around here at least. Now we should go up a level, because yeah, dwarfort isn't just a 2D plane, it's actually a 3D game. And by pressing the combination of shift comma, or the bracket, square bracket or something to the left, that's not a square bracket, it's that sort of bracket which is on the side here, but with shift comma and shift dot we can move up and down levels. And yeah, that opens a whole new world. When we go up levels you can see the trees, and there are multi-tile objects, and there's other things in the walls at other levels as well, like here's some coal around, which is a nice thing to have. I picked a very good site. There's also some hematite, which is iron for those of you who do know dwarfort. Oh, that's my phone sound. God damn it. Let me turn that softer. Yeah, that's the item jingle from Super Metroid. Okay. Where were we? That's not very professional. Oh well, that's not what you're here for. So yeah, we were with levels. So shift comma moves you around levels, and the weird thing is you only see one slice at a time. It's like you're looking at a giant cake, but yeah, it's only one slice of the cake at a time. And this is something you'll need to learn. And yeah, it is weird. The games nowadays, you get a 3D world like Minecraft, for example, but you can easily see that 3D world. Not so in Dwarfort, since it's going for that old DOS aesthetic, that old roguelike aesthetic, sort of. And yeah, it has the 3D world, but you have to look at it in slices. Also, what some of you old returning players might notice is that I can see multiple levels at a time now downwards. That's a function of the text will be text plugin, which is now in the latest starter pack. So yeah, if you get the starter pack, then you'll probably also see it like this. And well, let's go up a little bit more. So we've started here. Also, if you can't find your way back, press F1 and you'll immediately find your way back. There's a hotkey system there, and I'll talk more about hotkeys later. But let's go up levels from here. See what's up here. Because if we go up a whole lot of levels here, going up and down to the bottom. This red stuff is hematite. You can look at that again with K. Yep, hematite, which is iron, which is a very good thing and we'll need. And if we go up some more, there is a volcano here. That's the volcano I showed on the map. And it has this tube sticking out of the ground here, and which is filled with magma, boiling hot magma. You don't want to go in there yourself, but we can use that for forging, and there's a lot of it, so that's pretty good. So yeah, we can look at that some more. There's some more hills around here. This is a hard way to show you everything, and I know a little trick to show us the entire area so we can have a better idea of that. So let's do that. Let's go back here. Let's maybe also move the tab back around, and now with the mouse wheel, if I scroll out, I can see the whole area and in one spot. Also, don't zoom that out that much for that too long. Dwarfort doesn't like it. It starts blinking. It doesn't like it. So now we see basically the whole area. This is the ground floor here with the river. And if you go up levels now, you can see the trees here. That's where our starting dwarves are. And we can go up more. There's a nice little flat area over here. I think we'll start our fortress over here as well. And now we go up more levels. And yeah, there's not much hill areas here, but some hills in that corner. And a big hill with a magma tube in this corner. And we go up some more. And after a time we can't see anything anymore. Okay, well, F1, back to the place here. There's more things to look at and more things we should learn. Let's go back to a bit more normal zoom. Now we at least have an idea of what the area is like, but there's still some better ways to look around. Like, let's say I'm lost. I'm somewhere and I have no idea how to get back to my dwarves. I could press F1, like I said. There's another way. Because your dwarves might be somewhere, and it might be a good idea to find your dwarves. And that's with the U menu. U for units, basically. And here you can see all the dwarves which I have in my fortress. I've named them as well. These are my biggest Patreon backers. And well, you guys are the 7 starting dwarves. And yeah, these are set. They are already going to pick up some equipment. They won't do that because I'm unpaused at the moment. And yeah, more about that later, because we got the game paused, and we'll leave it like that until probably the next episode. So yeah, I got this dwarf in the list, but now I can use this to press V on the unit, or no, Z nowadays. This used to be C for camera, but now it's Z for zoom. And this might also be a DF hack thing, so your mileage may vary. Escape to get out of that menu, and U to get back here again. And yeah, Z to look at one of the dwarves. So let's see, here's Imperator Jon Snow. He's right over here. We can look at his skills as well. We can look at the what the dwarf does. Guess we should go into that because well, we got movement about down now. So let's look at the dwarf, Imperator Jon Snow here, my biggest backer actually, at the moment. Here's a couple of options at this menu, CBM. You can press all these buttons and things will happen. For now, let's focus on the bottom here. It's the G button, which we're on now, which shows his skills. He has some axe skills, he has some dodging, he is a teacher, but he has other things, like if I press I, then I can see all of his belongings. What is he wearing? He is wearing some wild boar leather trousers. Sexy. Dwarf wear all kinds of things of all sorts of materials, like cave spiders, silk, right gloves, or whatever, alpaca wool shoes. It's quite a mishmash. And polar bear leather cap. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's what you can look at with I. You can also press P down here for his preferences. Here is his labors. Here you can show which jobs he does. Well, let's show you this at least. If I press L, you can get a list. Oh, shouldn't have moved. You get the list here, and you can look around it with plus and minus on the numeric keypad. It might be different if you're on a laptop. So, and using one of the other options in the Dwarf Starter Pack key bindings menu. One of these like classic LMP and paradoxes aren't better for laptops, so you might be using one of those, and then these buttons might not really match up, but they are there somewhere. Try and find them. But yeah, minus and plus in this menu, I can actually go into one of these menus with enter, or turn it on with enter for mining. And here I could enter at the end with enter. This is a sub menu. Put woodcutting on, which is what was on. Escape to go down back up a menu, and shift enter to turn the entire category on, which can be handy sometimes. And I don't want at the moment. Shift enter to turn the category off again. I just want him woodcutting. I'm leaving things as I have found them, so in the next episode we'll also be starting with like the same pause and the same setting, so people who don't want to watch this video can move right on. But you're here, so there's more to talk about. So that's about the P menu. If you want to go back to the previous thing, go press like I again, then P again, and you get back to this. You can also add work animals here, but that's not important for now. There's also the W menu here, and this shows his body parts. If they are injured, they'll maybe show up red or yellow or different colors, but now they are fine. Imperator Jon Snow here, he knows nothing, but he's healthy, so you got that going on. Down here there's also the Z menu, which gives you even more information about the dwarves. Well, this screen doesn't, but if I press enter from here, I get a whole lot of information about Jon Snow here. And yeah, he feels alright. There's a little quote system, which is quite new. And he's a worshipper of the occult treasure, he's a worshipper of the abyss of dreaming, that's like the gods or something in this world. He's a citizen of this group, a member of a subgroup. And he ran at Konos Bucket, that I guess that's the dwarven name for our fortress. And he did that in the 15th of Granite in the year 125, which is the date today, basically. He is 86 years old and born on the 26th of Malachite. Well, you're 86 years old, Roman. Anyway, there's a whole lot more text here, and I could go more into that, but take a read. One more note though, these things he likes matter. He likes slate and sterling silver and rhodolite and wood and round lime wood. If he has like the option to pick up something like made out of slate, he would. He would prefer a slate table over a granite table. He does that, and so yeah, these things matter a little bit. It's not something you'll really notice while playing, but notice that's there. It's nice that it does, and that's one of the strengths of our fortress. Let's press escape and go back in menu. Here we can also look at his relationships. Looks like he got some friends, and yeah, he's worshipping these two deities, which we can also look again at. Like we could press V and we like go straight to Rock Ridge here. That's not what we want to press escape. We could also look at the deity. This is one of our deities in our fortress. One of our golds, and the gold treasure. The gold of treasure is a great name for a deity, for a god. It takes the form of a female dwarf and associated with wealth. Jon Snow likes wealth. Okay. And the other god he likes is the beautiful walls. Takes the form of a male dwarf and is associated with night, darkness, and children. Boogeyman sort of god, I guess. Okay. Jon Snow likes both. And we could go around here. There's some other people he knows, long-term acquaintances, and yeah, these are friends. Okay, let's go escape to go back a menu to. So we're back here in Jon Snow. You'd also press Y or Y to customize. I should just say Y. That's the English version. Y is Dutch. And here is where I change the name. If you press N, you can enter any name you like. You can also change his profession name. But yeah, that's fine for now. We'll leave it at that to give the standard professions, which is something we'll see in the list. And it's better for new players. We keep that at standard. So yeah, pressing ESC a couple of times brings us back here. So yeah, that's how you look at the dwarf using the U menu, U, Z, and then you can look at the dwarf. There's other ways to do that though. You see a dwarf here somewhere, you can press V and go somewhere, and that's V for view, basically. And view works for, it's like the K menu. K shows things on the tile, like here is Rock Ridge, but I can't look at his settings like that. But with the V menu I might also change his settings. You go to this menu instead. So that might be useful to know. There's also, it's for finding units basically. V is for units and animals and enemies. It's for beings, living beings. And K is just for the boring rock and the sand and all the static objects, the non-living items. So yeah, that's another way to get to that same menu we just were. That's about the most important buttons we need to know at the moment, I think. What else is there? There's yeah, the Z menu I was talking about earlier, which just shows you some general stuff about your fortress, how much dwarves you have, how much meat and plants and seeds and drink you have. And other is like your prepared meals. They should be very big, but we don't have any more at the moment. That'll be later. You can also move around at the top menu here with the arrow keys and press enter on any one of them. And find out more information about your fortress. Here's all the animals I took with me. More on that screen later. Let's go up, and here's a kitchen where we can set things to brew and things like that. Oh yeah, also you need to tab nowadays if you want to go to these screens. That's a change from the previous versions of Dwarfort. There's also the stone stockpile where you can change stone settings, not really important now. Stocks for which has more details about all the items we've brought with us, which includes an anvil and a quiver and all these sort of things. Okay, well, that's about that for that menu. Anything else I really need to show? And maybe the job list. This has all the jobs in the fortress. Everything you've queued up will show up in this list. So yeah, that you can get an idea of what your dwarves are doing. They aren't doing much, so they're not showing much. They're going to pick up their equipment, and they still haven't done that because we're still paused. Something I guess I should talk about as well. If I press pause, then things will actually happen. Let's do it for a second. Then I'll pick up their stuffs. I'll unpause again because I haven't given any real commands yet. But now if I press U button again, well, looks like the hunter here, Art, he's actually started to hunt. I came prepared with some items to start hunting, so he's actually doing that job. Nice. That's yeah, more about hunting and food and stuff that later. And the other options in this menu, I don't think capital D is also a good thing, but that's for trading later. C is for civilizations, which shows, well, or dwarven civilization, and these are dwarves which are not in your fortress, which you might meet in the future. They we'll probably meet Libashuntirebot one day. He's a liaison, a trader. He'll one day come up and trade with us. And there's also barons and generals and diplomats and things. Not really that important on the screen, but it's you know, gotta know it's there. Also announcements. Also very important screen if anything goes wrong, or the game wants to tell you something, like something has been done building or something, and then it'll show up on this screen. Nothing has happened yet, so there's no real announcements yet, but there will be more in the future. So that's the A button. Other things, let's see, let's not go dive into building and designating for now. Orders neither. Military squads, points, bureaus, no, hell no. Holding not, stockpiles and zones. R maybe. R and T. R shows you a list of all the buildings in the fortress. This will be useful later. When you build workshops, you can take a look at all the workshops in your fortress and find them like that. At the moment there's only the wagon, and you can just press enter for information or press T to zoom to the wagon, so that's another way to find the wagon. I don't think I've ever used that before. That's fine. T is something also for buildings, and you can look what's in the wagon. And yeah, you see here all the items I brought with me. You just move around here with plus and minus on the numeric keypad, and star and slash does things faster there, like one page at a time. And yeah, these are all the items I brought with me. They're still in the cart, which is fine. We'll get them out of the cart later. Hotkeys might be interesting to show as well now. Now, I've been pressing F1 to get back to the cart here, but that's because in the hotkey menu, that's the standard hotkey of F1. Yeah, but we can actually change that. When we want to do something else in the fortress, I can press like F2 and then make a new hotkey. Let's make one hotkey at least. Like, probably will make my fortress somewhere on top of this hill. So I'm going to press F2 here. Then press Z to make a hotkey there, and I can even rename that, and let's say get fort location, fort lock, and if I press escape I can move back, and now if I press F2 I go back there, and I can easily switch between the places on the map. Let's see, tab, well, I've shown that should move this menu around. Also, this is a little bit of a smaller version of the big map, but with zooming out you can get kind of the same idea. So I hardly ever use this. I think that's most of the standard buttons. Oh yeah, there's a help menu. Good luck with that. You're better off using the Dwarf Fortress wiki than your help menu, because it's a DOS nightmare. Let me link you to that. That's probably a better idea. I didn't even prepare that. But, oh well, I did prepare this for levels and mining. That's also for the next video. This is the Dwarf Fortress wiki. If you can't find it, just type in Dwarf Fortress wiki in Google. You'll probably find the latest version. This site has changed URLs, locations in the years, so just search for Dwarf Fortress wiki and you'll find this site. And if you can't find anything, this is your best bet to find answers to that. Okay. And yeah, that's about all the menus. Movies is for macros to record things, and I'll talk about that later as well. And yeah, capital D for depot access, that's later. Okay, I think we're about done. Oh yeah, escape for the options menu, maybe important. You can save your game. This is basically stop so you can continue in the future. Key bindings if you want to change any of your bindings yourself in the game. Can I? I've hardly even used that menu. I'm just so used to the normal standard key bindings. You can export a local image of your map. With enter, this will be in your dwarfort folder if things are correctly. Something I have not used it well again in a while. Maybe in the save directory. Let's see. No, I can't find it. There's a use for this, but I forgot. Music and sound is change the volume of everything. Well, these one little soundtrack which plays forever and ever. There's no sound, it's just music, and I have it at 75% for videos. Other options here: retire the fortress. This will. Don't use this if you're still playing. This is if you're sick of the fortress and you want to retire it. Then your dwarves will try and manage the to run the fortress yourself, and you can like go and explore the fortress in adventure mode. You can also abandon the fortress to ruin, then they won't even try to manage it anymore and just evacuate. And yeah, that's your options here. I think I've gone through all the basic controls by now, and in 26 minutes. Okay, but we haven't even built the thing yet, but that'll be for the next episode. Okay, I think that's enough for this episode then. I hope you all enjoyed and learned a little bit a couple of things about Dwarfort. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Later! Hey guys, here's a quick little note to show you my Patreon page. It's patreon.com/DFVIDTUTS. This is a site where you can give artists like me money so we can get a little bit more stable income per month. Please think about supporting me here, it would mean a lot to me, and then I could focus more on making videos. Also, as an added bonus, you can get yourself dwarfed. There's a dwarfing list, and if you sign up for the Patreon for at least $1, you can get into that, and then you can actually walk around in my fortress. Well, at least your name will walk around in my fortress. So, yeah, please think about supporting me on the Patreon.